back to my channel. It's Brittany from the Empurrium. Today we are making the That's What You Got Me gift bag from Sincerely Jen Patterns. This is another pattern that is free if you're in her group. You just need to go in the group and search. I think I searched gift bag code and that's how I found it. It is so cute. I made the medium size, so there's a small, a medium, and a large. I used some poly woven that I sublimated. This is a print from Hex Reject. I have a discount code there. It is Meow, and this is part of this year's Hexmas drop. I love it so much. Sydney drew Donut. I was like, is this Donut? He's cross-eyed. And she's like, maybe. I used this label from Heartwood and Hyde. It says naughty, nice. I tried. I would put this on very early in the process. I kind of did it last minute, so the stitching isn't the greatest. I put one of my woven labels in here. It kind of hides in there a little, which is fine. And then I lined it with some lining from Joann's. And for my ribbon, I actually used the bag binding from More Me Now. And I think it's literally perfect. I used Wizardry interfacing. I used the Polysoft and the Polyfirm. I love it. I love it so much. So we can use these to put our other gifts we've been making in the 13 Days of Christmas video series that this is part of. If you haven't checked out the other videos, definitely do so. I'm really having fun with it. And now I want to make a million gift bags. I can't wait to put this under my tree. I don't know who's gonna get it. Probably Theo will probably get something in it. But anyways, if you haven't already subscribed, I would absolutely love if you did. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We're gonna go over cutting and sewing this. Okay, so to cut the gift bag out, we need an exterior fabric, a lining fabric. We need some firm stabilizer, so I have Decorative Heavy. And then we need some interfacing for our fabric. I'm going to use the Geeky Fuse Polyfirm. Actually, that might be too stiff. I think I might use the firm on the exterior and the soft on the lining. Sounds good. So we have our exterior piece. We'll need to cut 2 with the exterior and 2 with interfacing. Our lining piece will need 2 and 2 also. And then we have the bottom stabilizer and the top stabilizer to cut with our Decorative Heavy. So let's see here. I really want to try to cut 2 at once, but I'm not going to. Probably a bad idea. So this is a cut on the fold. Oh, okay, good. Donut is like front and center. Let's see. We'll do it this way. I think we'll get maximum donut. Actually, hang on. I forgot. I always cut my stabilizer and then fuse it to that sub fabric and then trim it because that fabric shifts. So this is the firm. I think this is the one that someone was saying they use it instead of Decaville Light. I guess it does kind of feel a little bit similar. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see how I feel about it after I use it and it's fused and whatnot. I think I wouldn't mind having templates for this. Just these two pieces. You don't need the stabilizer pieces. Okay. So there's those. This does feel like really interesting. That's crazy. Let's see what the instructions are. $3.40 for 10 to 20. Huh. That would be harder than I normally do my interfacing. Oh, they both say that though. Okay, so my heat press is warming up. I'll cut this out while it finishes. I just grabbed one of the first holiday prints I could find in my fabric bin. Sorry. Alright, so there's one. Sorry again. I'm gonna sneeze again. Sorry. I know some people, they're like, oh, I always sneeze in 3. I don't. But sometimes I sneeze in like 20. Anyways. There are our 2 lining pieces. Now we need to cut the interfacing for them. It's so funny because this is called Poly Soft and the other's called Polyform, and it feels so much softer. So 2 of those. That was a good guess. Okay, so we have 2 and 2 for the lining. Now, just need to cut this interfacing, and there are measurements. There are not measurements on mine. I'm one of Jenny's testers, so I have like draft number 1, and I didn't update it. Oh. Oh no. Okay, got it. So okay. So we need 2 of the top stabilizer and 1 of the bottom. That's where it lives. Alright, so bottom, top, we're going to fuse these, and then I will trim them, and then we'll fuse these. Okay, so these top stabilizers go on the exterior, so I think we need to do that first. This, oh boy, let's see. Need to try to press this flat first before, oh, that was pretty easy. Okay. I've been using parchment paper, or sorry, butcher paper, instead of a Teflon sheet, just because I bought so much of it for sublimation. I just realized you can't even ignore how much of a mess my office is. I am working really hard on a lot of things. Okay, so there's one of our linings. Trying not to have a crease up here at the top of this fabric. I will admit that that is where irons are better because you can push the fabric how you need to with an iron, but I am stubborn. Okay, so I'll do these next. And we want to make sure that the direction is correct and that we've got a little donut right where we want to. So we'll have to measure that one. Okay, and then this one goes on after you have sewn something. So we'll have to wait for that. I'm gonna let that set for a minute. While this one goes. Luna, what are you doing? So Luna's over at the cylinder arm and she's just like the cutout for the cylinder arm. Okay, so we can start cutting this. And we'll let that one start to set. Okay. Do you hear that? It's crazy. Okay. So this is gonna go. Just gonna heat it up for a second because we're putting it in 1/2 inch and centered. So, do you believe that is not centered? But that is. Okay. Let's see. I kept it on it as best I could. So that is there where it's supposed to be. And then we're just going to repeat that on this one. Alright, and then same thing. Right there. And then I'm going to leave the press on because after we sew our first stitch, we will fuse that bottom stabilizer piece. Alright. Exterior with that piece up there, lining, and then this bottom, and we are ready to sew. Alright, so we have our exterior, our lining. For the ribbon, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to use this bag binding from More Me Now. I just personally don't love using it as binding, but it's kind of like a nice ribbon. So I'm gonna use that, and then I grabbed some eyelets. They're 1/4 of an inch and the little setter, and then I'll grab my hammer that I can see is over there where it's supposed to be. I wasn't sure. I knew I was using this print, but I didn't know I was using this. So I was like, maybe like a gold. But now that I grabbed this lining, I'm going to use the silver. So that'll be, we'll get there. Okay. So we need to sew our exterior pieces together first. So we're gonna line these up at the bottom and clip. Apparently I turned the machine on. Didn't realize I did. It's fine. Okay, so stitch across the bottom, and then she has you open and press these closed, or open and press, and then we'll press the the bottom stabilizer. Sorry, apparently I can't talk, but I'm gonna press this open and then I'm gonna top stitch it. I'm feeling fancy. So I'm just doing a little top stitch down each side of that seam. Yeah, see, this material frays a lot, which is why I don't use it a ton. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to the heat press real quick, and I'm gonna fuse that bottom stabilizer centered. So I have fused that on, centered here. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna fold the exteriors together, lining up the sides. It's so funny the way it feels with this interfacing. I feel like it sounds like a gift bag. I like it. Alright, so now we're going to sew the sides, and then we'll trim the seam allowance after. I just realized I haven't put a label on this at all. And I feel like if I'm gonna do that, my snips are still at my other machine. I need to figure out. I think we'll just put a woven label on this one. So I'm gonna put that in here. I need to put it a little into the seam allowance. Okay. All right. Make sure, okay, yeah, it's sticking out. All right, so trim this down. Okay. Now we're going to box the corners. Okay, and then we trim seam allowance after this. I'm not going to go all the way into those stitches though, because I don't want that seam to be coming apart. Alright, so there's our exterior, almost done. We're going to work on the lining for a minute. So we're putting both of our lining pieces together. I feel like I probably had a Heartwood and Hide holiday tag from something, but oh well. So we're going to stitch these sides and then down here, but we're going to leave a hole to turn the bag. We're going to trim our seams and then box our corners. But make sure you don't trim all of this right here where your turning hole is, or you'll have a hard time closing that. Okay, we're going to box these corners too. And I'm just going to point them in each direction, the seams. going to turn the lining right side out and place it inside of the exterior so that they are right sides together. Okay, so the lining is shorter and it's supposed to be like that. Alright, so probably can't open up all my seams since we trimmed them down. Something you can do when you know you're going to be doing this is leave more seam allowance at the top, but I didn't think about it. So if you can open them up, it's better for bulk. If you can't, just nest them. It'll be okay. I think that using the firm and the soft interfacings is going to end up as a good combo for this. Alright, so now we're going to stitch this together all the way around. Okay, might want my stiletto. In one of my other videos, I had stabbed myself. That hurt really bad for like 4 days. I didn't realize like how bad I got it until it hurt real bad a couple days later. So the stiletto is to save your fingers, not to hurt them, so be careful. Do as I say, not as I do. Also, yes, I've had a tetanus shot recently. Bit by a cat. Alright, and then if your seam allowance was right and you fused these right, you should have been right next to it. Cool, I was. Okay, so you can trim your seam allowance down because you're going to be top stitching. I guess I'll listen to the pattern. I'll do it. But I'm not going to cut into there. Alright, so we're going to turn this right side out through this opening in the lining. Okay, let's get that first. This is gonna be so cute. So I am hooking my corners out. Alright. We're going to close this hole. So we're going to fold it into the seam allowance. And you could use a woven label here. If I hadn't put that there, I would have put it here. I could have put one of my like cork labels. I do have a heart one and hat that would have been perfect. It says like naughty, nice, I tried. Now I'm sad I didn't put it on there. Would have been so good. It's fine. Alright. We are going to push the lining in, and then we're going to be folding down using where that stabilizer is. So cute. You know what? It might end up being worth it to stitch it through the exterior and the lining to put that tag on. Yeah. Especially like with the cats. Alright, we'll do that at the end because it's just too cute. Like, alright. I'm glad I remembered that like last minute. Okay. So, yes, you can like feel the stabilizer. So I'm just gonna put a couple clips. It's kind of shaping for itself, but since the sides, I just want to make sure it's clipped in place. Okay. So we're gonna top stitch around the top, and then let's see here. When the draft was made, the pattern version that I have, there wasn't a medium. So I'll have to figure out the spot myself, but that's okay. I think Donut's a little off center on this one, so this will be our front so that I cover less of him when I do the tag. So I'm top stitching the top first, and I'm just making sure that everything is laying flat. Okay, so the next stitch, let's see, is going to be right above this seam. I feel like if we did it right under, it would keep the lining down. I'm going to see if I can grab the other version of the pattern really quick, just so I know for sure. Okay, so I grabbed the pattern, and it says to go down an inch, but if I do that, I'm right here. Which seems weird to me, but Jenny's the genius, so I'm gonna roll with it. So we're gonna be inside of this top band still. I still have not grabbed my snips. It's fine. All right. So that's what it looks like. All right, we are going to be making our holes for our rivets now. So, got this little hammer guy. Okay, let's go ahead and put this tag on real quick. This is probably going to be difficult to put on. I know it's going to be, but that's me, so difficult. If I take my ruler, well, we have to mark the words, Brittany. We have to mark the rivet holes also anyways. Okay. So 10 would be like that. I think that is centered. That's gonna be real cute. Okay, so we're gonna measure 1.5 and 1/2. Okay. Okay, we're not making the holes yet. Okay, this is gonna be to fold the sides in. So I do need to attach this tag first. Okay, yeah, this is, put this on first. Like if you're thinking, oh, I might want a tag, do it first. Hopefully this doesn't look bad. We'll find out. I'm mainly worried about keeping the other side out of the way. Like, cause you know, it's there. I think I bought these tags at So Magical Expo in Florida last year, the first time I met Jade and Chris. They make so many just like fun little tags. Okay, well, if it's terrible, I don't think I can take it off because there would be holes in my fabric. It's not the neatest tag. It's a little crooked, but it's cute. That's all that matters, right? This is handmade. Okay, it's cute. That's all I truly care about right now. Okay, measure in, punch a hole. No. What's good? Oh, okay. I need to slow down and read. At each of the top corners along the side of the top stabilizer, fold the bag lining inside itself. So I can feel this right here. sew from the top to the lower line of top stitching. Okay, so that would be this. So we need to do that 3 more times. Okay, I can feel. Oh, I should have top stitch started and stopped right there. It would have hit it. It's fine. We're learning. I wanted to make a video for this pattern last year and time got away from me. So we're doing it this year, which is perfect because of the 13 days of Christmas. Okay. One more. So you want to probably take care of your threads. Okay, so you want to kind of get it to fold in to itself like a gift bag would. It's so stinking cute. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is measure on here. These are gonna be our markings for punching our holes. All right. I'm gonna grab my hole punch. I would use my rainbow punch from More Me Know, but because these are 1/4 inch holes, I'm gonna use this bigger hole punch on my crocodile. There's no going back. I feel like I probably need to change my needle because it's kind of making this sublimation fabric snag. Yeah, see, but that's, I like this fabric enough. It does what I need it to do, but it gets a little dicey at times. Okay. So you can use fray check here if you want to. Okay. And then I did not check and see how much ribbon we need. Okay, 16 inches for this size. And I think be able to, yes. So you're going to want to use fray check or heat to help seal that so it won't fray. Really need to get eyelet dies for my my cam press. Okay, so you're gonna need 4 sets of these, and I'll show you how you know in a second. Okay, so you need one of each, one that is taller and one that's shorter. So I always use this one for the front, because when you put this one on and you set it, this is gonna curl around there. So this will be a neater front and this will be the back. And let's see, I don't even think, yeah, I can't get those on there. So what you can kind of do is just punch around a little bit more to make a bigger hole. You can also kind of make little snips to help that ease into there. And you don't need any like extra stabilizer because you've already got that Decaville Heavy in there. Okay, so there, I've got that in. It is around the fabric, and then I put this cap down here and it's fitting inside. So you're going to want to put this on the nicer side, and then you're going to take this and put it in there, and I'm going to hammer it down so that it looks like that. See how that's like flattened into there? All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the other 3 so you don't have to listen to me hammering it, and then we'll go ahead and put the ribbon in. Okay, so I put some clips on the sides to help it kind of shape a little for a little bit. Okay, time for the ribbon. So we're going to take the ribbon and I'm going to kind of fold it in on itself to pull it through. And then just going to make a knot. And yeah, that should keep it from coming through. So same over here. I'm trying not to like tangle it, but you can twist it, so I wouldn't worry too much. So this is so cute. Oh my gosh, I want to make more. I need more time. Okay. Ta-da! It's all done. It is so cute. I really like the structure of it too. Like, it's soft, but it'll stand up on its own. Ooh, I wonder who is getting a present with this year. Definitely wish I had put that on first. Is what it is. There's my little logo peeking out. Probably could have put it at the bottom. It's hiding. But for the first one, it is adorable. And I love this bag binding for the ribbon. I think it's perfect. Perfect, if you will. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out with me. Definitely check out the other videos in the 13 Days of Christmas series. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks.